This tugboat in the North Sea port of Wilhelmshaven has an important job, guiding an oil tanker from Norway safely to its destination. Rolf Wachowiak works for Nordwest Ölleitung, an oil transfer and storage company. He's shepherding the tanker to the dock. On board, 100,000 tons of crude oil.
It's a pretty easy maneuver today because the weather's calm. There's not a lot of wind, so the conditions are ideal. It's a lot harder in the fall with the offshore wind or the wind from the east that pushes the tanker in. That's when the pilot's job is really tough.
Wachowiak also routinely piloted tankers from Libya into the terminal. Now he's only expecting one more ship to come in from the region. It loaded and sailed off before the unrest in the country began. Around 9% of Germany's oil normally comes from Libya. Morning arrives. It takes 18 hours to pump all the oil off the ship. One pipeline runs fuel directly to Hamburg. This one, the Northwest Pipeline, dives underground and then heads south almost 400 kilometers, all the way to Cologne. For the first 200 kilometers, the Northwest Pipeline runs parallel to Autobahn 31 as it goes south. After that, the pipeline runs under open country in Germany's northwest. Ironically situated on Oil Street in the Emsland region, Hans Janssen's farm sits atop the pipeline. He was 11 years old when the conduit was built in 1958. He's seen little benefit, although sometimes he's compensated when his land is torn up by maintenance work.
We were reimbursed after they drove through the fields, and we couldn't plant crops there anymore, and others were destroyed. They paid compensation for that.
After 300 kilometers on the highway, we take the Gelsenkirchen exit. This gas station is operated by the HEM company, which is in turn part of Tamoil. And the Tamoil Group, based in the Netherlands, is controlled by Libyan President Muammar Gaddafi. Drivers who tank up here are indirectly filling Gaddafi's pockets.
I had no idea HEM belongs to Gaddafi. That's new to me. I'm hearing it for the first time.
We shouldn't be supporting criminals like that. This is the first time I'm hearing that. I'm going to avoid using this gas station next time.
After 391 kilometers, the Northwest Pipeline terminates in Wesseling, a small city near Cologne. This refinery processes 7 million tons of crude oil a year. Crude oil from Libya is high quality because it's relatively light and sweet, meaning it's easy to refine into fuel. But Libya has practically ceased production of the precious commodity. Oil market analyst Leon Lecius says he believes the crisis in Libya will not lead to supply shortages because other oil-producing nations can step into the breach.
OPEC has the capacity to offset any disruptions in supply from Libya. They can ramp up production by about 5 million barrels a day, of which 3.5 million barrels come from Saudi Arabia. That's more than enough to balance out any losses.
But although there's enough oil available, prices are soaring.
We've now reached our pain threshold, but we'd still keep driving if gasoline cost €3 a litre. It's crazy, really.
So if the unrest in the Arab world continues, consumers could well be hit even harder at the pump.